Prostitution is not work. Prostitution is not work. Prostitution is not work. Prostitution is not work. Prostitution is not work.
We have a really exciting combination at this event. First and foremost, we have the representation of survivors of the prostitution system in Germany, but also from right across the world. This was highlighted very strongly with a march, which was convened by the French survivor, Rosen Irscher, which started in Strasbourg and then finished at the start of the Congress in Mainz itself. She was accompanied by survivors and other NGOs and activists. Then further the event, we had a combination of very dynamic speakers. We had those who work on the front line, who work with the affected individuals. We had again survivors speaking of their experience. We had academics, and also very importantly, we had health professionals. For us, it was very important to do this strategic event in Germany because the legislation in this country is currently highlighted as one of the worst with respect to a state facilitating and indeed colluding in the exploitation of women and girls through prostitution and trafficking.
What I have seen in prostitution, in my 6 years in prostitution, was that women were destroyed mentally, physically. They enter prostitution because they were trafficked, they were pimped, they were poor, abused as a child. People are dying in German legal brothels, get raped in German legal brothels. This is called free choice prostitution in Germany, and the politicians still will not see that prostitution is a form of violence and abuse.
Of systematic poverty, gender inequality, and men's violence against women.
The issue of race and class comes out across, across the globe. In countries where the predominant, population is white, you will see that it's always women of the lower class that have been, rendered vulnerable to the system of prostitution. And in countries where there is a predominant, black population, you will find that it is normally the poor black women from disadvantaged communities that have been rendered vulnerable to prostitution. When you look at the face of who bears the face of the system of prostitution, if it's not a poor black woman, it is also a white poor woman who comes from a lower class and who have been rendered vulnerable to the system of prostitution.
To change the situation, we need the Nordic model. We need a criminalization of the sex buyers, but on the other hand, we need also exiting services because the women must have the chance to leave prostitution.
For Sweden, this has really been good in our strive to work for gender equality, to lower violence against women. And as a matter of fact, since the law came into force in Sweden, we haven't had one really violent crime committed to someone in prostitution, and no murders. The law has really been revolutionary. It really changed the mindset of Swedish people to understand that those who are in prostitution is not in prostitution voluntarily. So very few people in Sweden today thinks it would be okay to use your financial power to buy access to someone's body. I'm convinced that more countries will go for the Swedish model.
For anyone, no, not anymore, 'cause no one knows me, no one ever will. If I don't say something, take that dry blue pill. They may see that monster, they may run away, but I have to do this. I can't keep quiet, no, 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 I can't keep quiet. no, no, a one woman riot. No, 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 I can't keep quiet forever.